Hi, this is JC Wolf from the 14 Rings NFC East podcast. We are doing NFL draft profiles, which are exclusively on our YouTube page. Like, comment, and subscribe. And with that being said, let's go ahead and get started. We're going to talk about the player Akheem Mesidor coming out of the University of Miami. One thing I like about this guy is that he's an overall premier pass rusher. He's a solid guy. He's around 6'3", 245, and that's kind of the range of your premier pass rushers. And this guy, he has a lot of intangibles. He's really solid. He's very versatile. He can be an elite pass rusher on the next level. Some of the accolades he had over this past season was that he was a first team All AC honors and being named a finalist in the Ted Hendricks Award. He also was recognized as a second team All American by Sporting News. So this guy racked up a lot of awards going into his final year at Miami. He was also coming from a transfer from West Virginia, and he had a couple of accolades from there as well. He was part of the all-conference rookie team back in 2020 where he started out at West Virginia. So this guy, wherever he went, was just his transition from West Virginia to Miami. He just racked up more awards as the season went along. He's a really good dude. Some things that he's really strong at, he's versatile. He has a high motor. He's definitely an edge rusher with strong pass rush techniques and quickness. He really has that quick first step as well. And not only that, he does have an injury history, but that didn't slow him down as much going into this season where he was a strong tandem with Ruben Bain on the other side. Those guys ran terror for the University of Miami, and it showed in the college football playoff as well. And each guy has their own strengths, but they also have their weaknesses as well. And for Mesidor, he's explosive. He has that elite first step quickness, allows him to win early, especially against slower tackles. Now, that's going to be something to see when he goes to the next level because these guys have their man bodies. But you could also say that Mesidor has his man body as well. He's at the age of 24, but going into his rookie year, he's going to be 25 years old. So technically, he could already be in his man body, which would also go into some of his struggles. There's a thing of like having a lack of ideal height as well as the prototypical arm length. Now, you may have heard me talk about this back with Ruben Bain, where I said that he had shorter arms and they were going to knock him forward. They got the same thing with Akheem Mesidor. And honestly, I believe that when you're ranking someone of that just because of their arm length, it's that really doesn't take away from them as a football player, but for them, they think that's going to be an issue. So in the draft, I actually see him going at least around 15, but with the lack of his ideal height and arm length, they could bump him down somewhere in the 20s or into the 30s. But I guarantee he's going to be a first round pick. Now, for me, I can see him going to someone like Buffalo. I know Buffalo loves their edge guys. They have a physical presence. Along with that, I can see Mesidor going there. But I could also see him going to the Eagles. I think they're at like 26 or something. I can see them going edge because that was also a need for them. But if I'm looking at a team that really needs premier pass rush edge help, I'm going to look at Dallas at pick 20. Now, there's a possibility that they could trade up and lose that pick. If you're looking at what Dallas is going to do for their picks, they have two. They have pick 12 as well as pick 20. Now, if they decide to trade up, they may lose that pick of where they are in place. But for say, if Dallas still has their pick at 20, I can see Dallas going to get Akheem Mesidor. He'd be a great fit for Parker, and he gives them that pass rush that they need. And also, he'll be in the line of 25, so he technically will have his man body. So it doesn't have a lot to go into him being improving, where you can just plug him in at the moment, learn the system, and get him hit the ground running. As a Rock who's coming off a hip injury over this offseason, I don't want them to try to rush him back. Let him take every step he needs. You get a guy in here who has the premier pass rush ability, has the elite first step, and then you got things rolling there. Then when Ezraku comes back, everything will be in its place. Everything will be set in stone. But a comparison that I could see with Mesidor, I could see him to the line of a Josh Sweat. I could see him to the line of a Montez Sweat. But if I'm looking at physicality, I could see him as a Javon Curse. Now, Javon Curse, he was a freak. And I can see Mesidor at times being a freak as well, just causing havoc at the edge. And if he can set the edge, and there was another thing I forgot to talk about where Mesidor, he does lack in the run game a bit, but that's cleaned up. Like, you can clean that up with him. But if you need him for third down, if you need him for first down, he can make that presence there. So I like Mesidor as a player, as what he's able to do. And no doubt in my mind that Mesidor and his buddy Ruben Bain, whoever gets these guys, they're going to have a heck of a player for both of them on their respective team. And with that being said, if you like this episode or any of the NFC East content, subscribe to our YouTube, as well as Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Amazon Music, and iHeartRadio at 14 Rings and NFC East Podcast. You can also follow us on our socials with Twitter, X, TikTok, Facebook, as well as Instagram. Until next time, peace, and everyone have a blessed weekend. Much love.